So hello guys, today I am gonna give you a good explanation across the trajectory that I'm driving along. So I invite you to come with me. I invite you to share with me your feedback. I am right now at TRM, or the Kasarani Mwiki roundabout or junction, and I am going all the way to Lower Kabete. So Lower Kabete is the other side of Westlands, and I want to show you how you can get up to that point without you going through Westlands. As you can see, it is the early morning hours. It is actually a few minutes past 8. So this is the Vika Road Mall roundabout, and I'm going to take the highway. So I will keep left here. I'm gonna keep left here. So yeah, we are going to take the highway. So the advantage of this video to all of you guys is because it will give you an idea of some shortcuts to get to Lower Kabete area, or if you are going to Kikuyu, those sides, without necessarily going through Westlands. So this hour being 8 in the morning, you can expect a lot of traffic, but you will just witness the video from your side. You will see that the road that I'm going to use without using Westlands is actually traffic free. So we go past Garden City Mall, and then after there we gonna take a left turn and take another road called the Garden Estate Road. So in less than 40 minutes I will be in the Lower Kabete area. Actually, I'm going to work, and I have told you guys that Uber is not the only thing that I can teach you about. I can teach you so many other things, because Uber is one of the best side hustles that I have tried to train people, and so many guys, I'm very happy that they have listened to me and invested in the business. And I think I will do one video with some of them just to give you a feedback on how they are progressing, and whether actually whatever I say is what they get to achieve on the ground. So very important for you to always know that. So we take a left turn here at Garden City, so that we can go and join the Garden City Road. So yeah, so I was just telling you guys that Uber is not all that I do. Actually, I do it in I spend less than 3 hours doing Uber per week, and the rest of the days I'm a full-time employee working actually with a global company. I know most of you may not know this, but I work with a company that has a global reach. So a bit of traffic here at the Roasters junction, and you will realize that the problem here is very, very small, because you can see the caraos here trying to stop matatus and creating a small commotion. But in any case, this junction should this traffic should unlock in a moment. Normally it rarely happens, but it's artificially created, either by the caraos who try to stop the matatu to do some unnecessary inspection, or the matatu picking. So this is also a stage, is a bus stop, but you know, the matatus will always block the way when there is another matatu on the stop. So they don't want to go past the bus stop. They want to stop there and make sure they are full before they proceed. So just be patient with me, guys. This traffic will just unlock in a moment, and in the meantime, I was saying that it would be nice moving forward that I interview one of the people that I have advised to get into this business so that they can give us their experience. I think it would be helpful for all of you to hear first-hand information or testimonial from someone who has actually invested into this business after my advice. And of importance would for you to listen what is the best car that they are using for their Ubers and the results that they are making. So normally I always advocate for the smallest. The smaller the car, the better. For one reason, because it doesn't matter how big your car is, how expensive it is, as long as it is chap or bolt, whatever, if it belongs to the smallest categories of these cars, it will attract the same fare from the passenger. So that is the most important thing that always you must be aware of. So let's keep going, guys. I'm saying that the smaller the car, the better. But if you have any other question, please, you see what I'm telling you? The car on the right here is the one who is stopping. He's stopping a car to inspect and causing all this traffic. It's so crazy, Yani. Why do they do these things? In the middle of the road, he should even actually tell him to move aside a little bit so that you don't create a backlog. But the moment you start doing those kind of things, you know, it creates those type of traffics. But in any case, no problem. So I'm taking this Roasters roundabout. You know, so many guys will just proceed straight with the highway to Westlands and then pass through Westlands for you to get to Lower Kabete. But I'm gonna show you a shortcut through Garden Estate, then through Gigiri, and then we're gonna take the Red Hill Road, and within a very short moment you will see us already in Lower Kabete. So this is Garden Estate Road, so we have left the other one for people going to Maruroi and stuff. So this is called Garden Estate Road, and it cuts across Garden Estate high-end residential area. So here is a place for the best to do, like people who are doing better in life than a majority. So if you live in the estate that we just gonna cut across, it simply means that you are in the top tier of the people in this country. So yes, guys, so keep it with me, and I'm gonna tell you more stories in the coming months. You can't imagine how this channel of mine has impacted so many people. You know, you simply think that because I have less views, but what happens is that the less views I get, they are high impact. So you will find that out of 10 people who watch my videos, there are like 2 or 3 who will reach out. So people, because I have already put my email address there, and of course I have made it a bit complex for people to reach out to me. I don't want just a person to see my number and give me a call. So I made it a bit procedural. So anybody who wants to reach out to me, they check my email on the description, and then they send me an email saying whatever they want to be helped with. And then from there I send them a small questionnaire telling them that, guys, the questionnaire needs to be filled, and you send me like 500 bob, and then I set up a meeting with you. So that is how I always do it, because sometimes back I used to do it for free, but I realized that people are taking advantage. Even people who are not serious about the business would just shoot you an email and, you know, book a meeting, spend 30 minutes with you, but again, they have zero interest. It's just that they just want to learn more about it, or they got someone with whom they can chat for free. So I made it a bit complicated. It will take your time, your effort, and also some bit of your money. So yeah, I have made it like that, and I think the few people I speak with, really they got achieved some impact, which is a good thing. So right now we are cutting across the garden estate. We are cutting garden estate residences. So if someone tells you that they live in garden estate, this is it. So where this road will take us is going to lead us direct into Kiabu Road, but short-lived. Like Kiabu Road will drive for like 100 or 200 meters, then we get into Gigiri residence or Runda. So we get into Runda actually before we get into Gigiri. So still stick with me, guys. Please watch this video to the end. It makes me happy to see that the viewership percentage is growing on my videos. So not many people who watch, but the few who watch stick with it for some time. Actually, almost all my videos have over 50% viewer retention. So meaning that a person who starts to watch my video will watch until at least it is halfway. So with such a good, let me overtake this small car here. All right, so we can now proceed. Yeah, that's a T-junction, so you need to hoot before you go there head on. Otherwise you might meet oh, what? Okay, so still on Garden Estate Road, guys. So we keep right, then left there, we go. Yeah, I'm trying to speed up a little bit because I'm behind schedule. I should be at work already by 9, and it's already 8:30. So yeah, hopefully I should be there in less than 20 minutes. So come with me, guys. I told you that this is a shortcut that you're gonna want to use if you want to beat traffic in the morning and get, actually not only to Luakabete but to Westlands without having to struggle with the Thika Road traffic. This is a road you want to use. So still cutting across. This place is called Garden Estate. This is the Garden Estate Road. And now here we keep left. This is called Ridgeways. So this is the Ridgeways Road. So we'll go there and we'll see Ridgeways Mall. Gonna see the Ridgeways Mall. So don't know whether you are familiar with this side, but yeah, very interesting places for you to drive without traffic during the traffic hours. So let's keep moving. And one thing I want to remind you guys is that, you know, I have come to learn in this life, you have to have faith in everything you do, but again, you must combine that faith with hard work. You know, you have to really work hard in life. If you don't want to play the game of being a victim every other minute, you have to put in the efforts. You have to plan for the things that you want to achieve. Don't only focus on your end goal. Don't focus on the big car you want to buy. Don't focus on the big house you want to build. But speak about the day-to-day activities that you're gonna implement to make sure that for after a particular period of time you will reach the goals that you want to hit. So those are some of the things that I have become a mentor in advising people on the cars to buy for the Uber business. you know, sometimes the amounts may sound very huge. The amounts may sound a bit very huge, depending on the person you are talking to. Because in this case, if you are talking of buying a car worth 800,000 and the person earns less than 50,000 per month, that, you agree with me, is an uphill task. It is not something that he will even choose to save even 20,000. It will take him a very, very long time before, you know, he manages to raise the 800,000. But you must admit where you are, first of all, by thinking about, you know, your financial opportunities and your financial constraints. What do you have access to and what don't you have access to? And then you put down a plan on how you can achieve that in a feasible way. You know, you work out a plan, whether it will be you considering to take a loan and you pay for a particular period of time. But again, make sure that you do all the assessment to know what will be the actual cost of that loan. Will it be too costly on an asset that is depreciating to an extent that by the time you finish paying the loan, you know, your car has already beaten, like it's already past, you know, a good resale value. So those are the things that I tell people. Don't be lazy. Please engage your mind. Engage your mind. Work out on the numbers. Because if you don't want to work on numbers, if you're lazy to say that you don't want to put 100 items into your formula, then you will miss out a few. Now you will miss out so many things. Don't just work on the buying price and the income in general, and then you work on the selling price. No, work on all elements of the buying price. Work on the logistics, work on the delivery, work on the cost of loans, work on the interest rates, work on the cost of applying loans, which is huge amounts. So what I'm trying to say is that you must not be lazy. And at the same time, you know, that is on the expenditure side. When it comes to you now counting your Uber money, always make sure that you do the mathematics of how much money exactly will remain in your pocket after all is paid and cleared. Meaning that your car will be serviced, your car will be seeing a mechanic from time to time, you know. But if you have a good car that does not have mechanical issues, honestly, cars are very strong machines. That's one thing I have come to appreciate. It can serve you even for 2 good years without it ever going to a mechanic. With just the usual service and you know, the repairs, no, not repair, but replacement of the wearing parts, your car can service you for two good 3 years, or 2, 3, 4 years, without you ever wanting to see a mechanic with a serious mechanical issue. So yeah, so do all those maths. Do all those maths. Ask yourself, in the ideal or in a typical scenario, how much money would that car cost you? It will be going to the garage once a year or twice. It will go for service every 2 months. You want to also do tire replacement every 2 years. You're gonna pay insurance, you know, you're gonna pay inspection. Do all those maths and see at the end of the year how much money actually will that car have costed you. At the same time, of course, you know you're gonna do your income analysis. So the driver that you have employed will be giving you ideally 8,000 to 10,000 a week, depending on your negotiation, your relationship with the driver, and also the car, the type of the car. So those are the amounts that ideally a driver should be able to give you. So do that times 52 weeks. But again, you should also anticipate that there will be public holidays. There will be, you know, unpredicted circumstances like the maandamano. Whenever there is a maandamano or demonstrations on the streets, the driver will not gonna drive and give you money for that week. So whenever there are those kind of things, you must foresee them So meaning that your income will not be exactly 52 weeks in a year. You might find yourself earning maybe 4 or 5 weeks less, or if you combine all the leave days of the driver, all the public holidays, and the days with special circumstances like the demonstrations. So if you work with 48 weeks or 45 weeks on the on the bad scenario, you work with 48 days, then you realize that that is the potential income that you'll get probably for the whole of that year. And then you work out on the costs, whatever I mentioned before, a few instances back. So you work out on how much money it will have costed you. Then you do all the subtractions, and then you'll see how much money remains in your pocket. So that is always my advice. When you want to do something, do it give it your best. I always tell people, you don't have, opportunities are never missed, are never lost. It is said that opportunities are missed. Meaning that they belong to no one. A missed opportunities, something lost is something that you had, possessed, and in a way, it escaped from your grips. It escaped from your hand and went to someone else who did not deserve it more than you did. But when you speak of an opportunity being missed, it means you simply did not show up at the right time and the right place when the opportunity presented itself. So that is a bit the ambiguous thing about opportunities. So you must always keep your eyes open, and any opportunity that you get, just give it your best. I'm an advocate of hard work. There are people who will say that, working smart is the thing. But what is working smart if you don't know the field? If you are not an expert in a field, you cannot work hard. No, I mean, you cannot work smart. Smart working is for experts. People who have experience, people who have, all the tools and, all the tools and the support to do the work that they have to do. But for you just got into an opportunity that is so relatively new, or you just got employed into a job that you know very little about it, and you want to tell me that you want to work smart? What? You cannot do that. You work hard. Working smart will follow. Working smart is an outcome. It's not something you plan. It's out of failing. It's out of experiences that you gather feedback, so that next time you don't have to follow the long paths. You don't have to follow the most expensive, avenues to reach to your results. But that comes with time. So that's why I tell people, even if you are starting Uber, don't say that you are focusing on, making 20,000 or this. No. Focus on spending time doing Uber. Whatever that will give you, you never know. But over time, what will happen. You will have gathered enough feedback to tell you that this is not the right time to do Uber. The most opportunistic time is between this time and this. The best car, from the first experience is this or that. So it's something of that sort. So invest in working hard. And it is not only in Uber, in every business that you do. If you are a graduate student and you want to get a job, my friend, how many job applications are you sending out in a day? How many jobs application are you sending out in a day? Can you send 15 job applications? Can you spend 8 hours in a day looking for a job? Can you spend 8 hours in a day looking for a job? How much effort do you put into looking for a job? All this effort explains the results you have achieved this far. If you have been jobless for a year, just do an account of how many job applications you have sent out. You know, if it is not more than 15 jobs in a day, you are not working hard enough. I mean, you are not being exceptional. You have to be outstanding. You know, and nobody will, you know, this getting job is an opportunity. It means that your CV being there when it is needed. And that is like trying your good luck. And the only thing you can try good luck in employment, it is making sure that your CV is with as many people as possible to increase the chances of, first of all, it getting viewed. And if you want to know that your CV never gets even assessed, it's because of the negative feedback you receive, like, you know, the reject feedback. If you apply for a job and you never get feedback, it is because most probably your CV even never got to the hands of the recruiting team. Meaning that, you know, maybe 100 other CV were sent before you, and that is what they spent time, you know, assessing. If your CV got in too late, then maybe, and the assessment was being done on rolling basis, simply it means that your CV did not even get viewed. So sad. It never got viewed. And the only way for you to increase the opportunity for yourself, even to get an interview or even to get a reject message, is by sending as many emails per day as possible. And I would say today's young generation is very lucky, because, you know, back then in the late 2000s, when people were applying for jobs, okay, for me, I would say the mid to the 2010, around 2015, that's when I was, you know, looking for graduate jobs after campus. The emails were still there, but people who graduated before the late 2000, like meaning 2009 and before, that was before the penetration of internet, you know, and having internet so much accessible. The application for jobs was very expensive affair, because we used to buy newspaper those days for people to apply. Like, people used to buy newspapers. Imagine if you want to see job advertisements, you buy a newspaper. People used to travel to go and deposit letters in offices. Or people used to, you know, send letters, application letters with poster. So tell me, if you managed to send 2-3 applications per month back then, it was already some good efforts. And you could imagine that not many people had that opportunity, because some people are in the villages. So the only people who used actually to get jobs back then were people in town, because they had access to information. They were close to the poster stations. They were, you know, they had some access to liquidity to send money through to send letters through posters, and means of transport within town to go and deposit letters physically in offices. But today, what would be your excuse? What would be your excuse not to send 15 job applications per day? What is your excuse? Just let me know. And I don't see any. It is just that, you know, of course, there is lack of motivation, which I have seen playing a very big part in people giving up in pursuing their job search. You know, a person will tell you that they have sent out more than 50 job applications that they can remember. But again, what is 50 job applications in a country of more than 40 million people? How many people are competing with you? How many people are looking for the jobs that you are looking for? You know, that is the key thing. How many people are looking for the jobs that you are looking? You are in a competition, my friend, that is more stiff than you think. that is so competitive that even a job offer posted a few minutes ago will attract more than 200 applicants within a very short time. So if you are not among the 200 applicants, then it means that your opportunities for your CV actually even to be viewed, not even to be reviewed, to be viewed, meaning that even your email will not be opened. The email you send, someone will just see the application top title or the subject of the email and will say already opportunity closed. We got someone out of the 50 applications we received. So let's keep doing, working very hard. So guys, not to forget where I am right now. I have just driven past Vima or Village Market, and you know what? I'm now going to join the Red Hill Road that I hope will be quite smooth. Unfortunately, guys, life has a way of always wanting to disappoint. Life is life. I always drive this road going to work without video. And the day I decide to shoot a video to show you and brag how traffic free is this road, then this decides to happen. So it decides to happen. Unfortunately, it is what it is. That is life. Challenges will start to crop up once you start working on your opportunity, and that is absolutely what life is all about. We say it is very unfair. Life is just like that. I always drive here within less than 25 minutes sometimes, but see now I've done already 32 minutes and still counting. So I think it will gonna take me like 45 minutes today, but it is a lesson. Sometimes you will have access to something, but the moment you decide to take that thing seriously, then the access all of a sudden disappears. Sometimes you enjoy something without taking it seriously. The moment you decide to be serious about something, then a difficulty emerges and all of a sudden you have to work around it. So this is Red Hill Road. We're gonna take it all this way. It's a nice road, by the way. Imagine, in as much as the traffic is much, we are still moving. And you cannot compare this to any other situation when it's traffic peak times, because these are the hours when you cannot beat traffic in any way. So at least you coming through this road and being able to always be on the move. Actually, I haven't seen a place where we had to like stop and park on the road because of traffic. So somehow, still not a bad option. But again, you have the liberty to choose the one you want. But I just wanted to show you this one. And I can tell you, if the traffic situation is like this along this road, then so here to my right, if you ever heard about the Commission for University Education, CUE is straight to the right here. So it's along Gigiri. So yes, this is where people come for what we call equation of degrees and diplomas and certificates. So if you have studied abroad, you come here and you are given an equivalent. You are given an equivalent of your certificate. Because sometimes, when people travel to Europe, they take courses that have a different structure to what we have here in Kenya. For example, you can go to France and enroll in one of the schools that, they are called écoles. They are called grandes écoles. C'est-à-dire que ce sont des grandes écoles. So they are called the big, it's like national schools. It's not a university, they are called standalone schools. So you can enroll for a course that, takes you 5 straight years, and you get out there with a straight master's. So you don't go through degree or certificate or diploma. You enroll for 5 straight years, and you get a master's. The same thing, you can go into the US. You enroll for 8 straight years non-stop, and you graduate with a PhD, without a degree, without a master's. So those are things that are unknown in Kenya. And when you come back to Kenya from the US or from France with that kind of qualification, you will need to go through the Commission for University Education, so that they can do what we call equation of certificates. They can give you an equivalent, because employers in Kenya will not understand that you don't have a degree, you don't have a master's, but you have a PhD. Or if you are coming from France, you don't have a degree, but you have a master's. So what they do, they always look through the equivalence and give you some accreditations. So if you have a PhD, they will virtually say that you qualify. If you had studied in Kenya, you would qualify for a degree in this and a master's in this, and hence that's why you are recognized with this PhD. So those things are very, very important, because if you come only with one paper, like always people will think that is your undergraduate degree. Okay? So that is mostly the role of the Commission for University Education. So we are along the Red Hill Link Road. Red Hill Link Road. So this road will transform into James Gishuru once you get past the Waiyaki Way. So you cut through Waiyaki Way, and immediately you join James Gishuru. But if you turn left, then you will be headed to Westlands. So sorry guys, my car is making quite a bit of noise because the bearing is worn out, wear and tear is torn out. It requires a replacement. So I can do another video actually to talk about it. But I just want to return to YouTube with full force. I want to show you guys more opportunities than the one I have presented to you in the near past. So yeah, so that road, you go straight, you end up along Waiyaki Way. But for me, I'm gonna keep left here so that I can join Lower Kabete. And this is it, guys. 34 minutes, you are in Lower Kabete. If you can do this through Waiyaki Way, I will give you a gift. If it is not on a Sunday and you manage to do this, I will give you a gift. So this is how it is. Lower Kabete it is. Not bad time, guys. And given that there were some pockets of traffic here and there, ideally that was the worst traffic day I have experienced. That is the worst traffic situation. So I hope you will get to understand what I'm talking about. So if you want to save your precious time, you can do it by using this road. Sure. So Lower Kabete, here it is. You can continue to the University of Nairobi, Lower Kabete. You can continue to Kenya School of Government along this road. You can proceed all the way to Kabete. Okay, so I think it would not be wrong if I end the video here, guys. I have taken a good 40 minutes of your time, which I think was so precious of you sticking around. And let's talk in the next video, guys. I don't want to show you where the turn I take to get into my office, but I am almost there. I don't want you guys to tell my employer that during my free time I do Uber. It is nothing wrong. There is no conflict of interest, but again, side hustles are your side hustles. They have nothing to do with your employer, and I absolutely love keeping that space quite confidential. Okay, guys, let's catch up in the next one. Okay, bye.